Hi everyone.
Hello.
It's Wednesday, right, today?
Yes, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Wednesday. Yeah, I know, because it's like, I mean, we've been here, okay, for some of you will be thinking like the whole team is like suddenly like out of action, right? We are here in Sabah, okay, and currently we are at one of our favorite team hangout place together, which is in Kundasang.
That's right. This place is absolutely beautiful. This is also where the foothills of Mount Kinabalu is, but it's actually very elevated. I think it's about 1,700 meters above sea level. It's an absolutely gorgeous place, and of course we have the majestic Mount Kinabalu
Yes.
right in the backyard.
Yeah, and
Literally.
we've been in Sabah since Saturday, right? Okay,
Yes.
so Sunday onwards we were here, and I would say that today's weather, touch wood, fingers crossed, is the best among the rest of the weathers, and it so happened to be a Wednesday. So I thought that it would be good for us to actually, in a way, record, okay, a video. This is not going exactly live because there's no point for me to actually, in a way, go on live when it's 9 o'clock at night, okay, and it's like everywhere is like so dark, right?
Yeah.
So we decided to actually do a recording in the morning, stream it live tonight, but we will be there throughout the entire live. So if you have any comments, any greetings, we will be there replying you, okay, and receiving all your greetings, all right? Yeah.
So this is an absolutely beautiful area, of course, really powerful energies, right? And then we'll just walk through where we're staying as well, right? And then go through some of these.
Yeah.
Yes.
And probably some of you is like, why on earth you always go back to the same place, all right? I mean, here's near, okay, it's within Malaysia, alright? And I would say that this is a place where I can actually see like the mountain, okay, the wood, alright? And then also we can see the water around here, okay? And due to that itself, is I mean, me personally, okay, I enjoy the energy. I really feel the intensity of the energy, okay? And when the past few days we have like loads and loads of like, I would say healing and rejuvenation, okay, going on, right? That is filled with like laughters and lots of like good food.
Yeah.
And of course, later on, we'll be also going in, okay, showing you around this area. Who knows, some of you who are locals or even like you are like overseas, one of these days, probably you also want to take a retreat here. And the positioning here, okay, is, I would say the location is very ideal, all right? So one of these days, if you want to check it out, you can check it out. It's like, it is not paid advertisement. It's not that we are trying to promote it, but since I found this place and I think that it's really, really good, so might as well I share with all of you here. Okay, so you can plan your own retreat here, okay, your own rejuvenations, okay, where places like this is where we get a lot of like inspirations as well.
And speaking of healing and rejuvenation, there's just so many layers to it, right? And then we've seen it demonstrated, right, with all the team members, right, in different ways, each reacting to the energies, the powerful energies here in very different ways.
Yeah.
Right? For me personally, and I think for Jessie as well, is that we have just so many vivid dreams, right, very busy dreams, right, throughout the whole night. I just had that last night as well, pretty much throughout my entire sleep. Yeah.
Okay, and in a way, it's like if you follow spirituality or you follow even Buddhism, okay, it talks about like, every single moment, anything, anywhere, okay, anytime, there is actually a door to enlightenment. It means that is that we go to places where it triggers something within us constantly, okay, it is supposed to make us realize things. So see, this is the best place, I would say that it's very, very good for reflection. I think today the view is not very good, okay, with Mount Kinabalu.
We see about 1/3 of it up to the cloud level.
Yeah, okay, you can't really see the peak, okay, but of course, okay, the team are very hardworking. We have actually taken a very, very beautiful video, which we will be showing you in a short while as well, okay, to see the peak and probably try to, in a way, receive the energy. And this is also exactly the place, okay, where we will be doing some intention, okay, sending, okay. I would say that to those of you who actually purchase, okay, the party art, okay, from us, okay, and we will go into that in a way slightly later. So meanwhile, let's get into the place because we're still at the side of the road, okay, so I'm not sure whether the sound of the cars, okay, and the motorbikes that's passing by will actually affect, okay, the sound of this recording as well.
So we're going to move in?
Yeah.
The camera's going to follow us?
Yeah, the camera is going to follow us,
Right,
okay? Just like in Spain.
Just like in Spain.
That's the best thing about this mic, okay? Which is also, in a way, sponsors of like J Group, and also, of course, Chang Feng found it, okay?
Yes.
Chang Feng is our team's tech guy, okay? Right?
So this is the what you call it, the car porch, the entrance of the home, right? It is lovely. It's also bright, and spacious.
Yeah, and
right?
we really, I mean, I personally, in a way, fall in love with the whole garden itself.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're here, okay, you will also in a way, I mean, we are so intense that now we even make friends with the owner and the caretaker of this place itself, Jingle, okay, Mr. Jingle, he is absolutely lovely, okay. I guess that is also how you see the blossomings of all the flowers, which is so beautiful. And also because it's like when we talk to him, okay, he actually said that he's alone here. He's taking care of this place, okay.
Caretaker, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And gardener.
Yeah, gardener, everything, all in one.
Maintenance.
Yes, okay. And our helpers as well.
Housekeeper.
Housekeepers as well.
Yeah.
And he actually, in a way, talked to us because we want to understand how do you upkeep a garden. And this is not the only place, you know. Later you will see that the whole entire place here is huge.
Yes.
All right. And it's lovely, okay, to see that all the flowers are really flowering, blossoming really to its fullest. And one of the things is Jingle mentioned that he actually talked to the flowers.
Yeah. Right.
All right.
Intention and energy, that's very important. You'll see the whole house is basically a garden, right? With the footage that we will be doing with the tour of the house. Jessie was saying, you know, essentially Jingle told us
Yeah.
that he not only really, of course, pays a lot of attention and focus and tends to the flowers a lot, right? Spends a lot of his time doing that. He always just speaks to them also.
Really speaking to them. And this is nothing new, okay? In fact, if you know Yipo, my aunt, okay, who's staying with me, and every time when she's around, you will see that our garden also in a way blossoms with like chilies, pandan leaves, okay, flowers, okay, all of them like really in a way blossoms very nicely. And mind you, we are staying in a condominium, okay? How fertile can the soil be, right? Okay, but whenever she's around, you can see that all these plants and flowers and all that is really blossoming until when she have to, in a way, go back to her hometown, which is Ipoh, at least for 1 week, and you will really slowly seeing all the plants
Not
weakening. Not entirely dying yet.
I'm not so good
Neglected.
I'm mentally not so great at the plants.
Yeah, but the thing is, yes.
Even though I do talk to the fish and the tortoise and the rabbits.
He talks to the fish, rabbits and tortoises.
So that helps a little bit.
Yeah, okay, but my aunt, okay, actually talked to the plant as well. And some of you will say, isn't that silly? Okay, but the thing is, okay, yesterday the whole team was here because we can see the majestic mountain. We were taking group photos, and that's when the video later on will show you as well. And that's exactly where we do a lot of, people will deem as a silly thing. We do, you can call it qigong. It's a lot of movement, stretching of the body, movement, receiving the energy, okay, right, at this magical place here, okay, and in a way doing an interaction with all the plants, all right. And that's where I share with the team that it's important for us to find a place, okay, which is filled with greens, because this is something that in a way in the city center it is really lacking.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see that it's really lacking even nowadays in a lot of development when it comes to feng shui, right? A lot of developments where the developers, okay, actually in a way plant in a lot of landscapes, okay? But the thing is, you can see even those plants itself is not nourished. It's not really in a way that fertile, all right? So when you come to an area like this where you have all the yeet woods and the yang wood, all right?
Right over there.
Yes, you can really, in a way, feel its energy, okay? You can release yourself, open up your palm, do your breathing, okay? And you do an interactions across energy. Because all the plants here, in a way, I always find that it is supplementing or balancing, okay, humans itself, where, you know, we take in, all right, in a way, oxygen, okay, and release carbon dioxide. And they, in effect, okay, sees carbon dioxide, okay, as something useful to them. And that's how cycle of life grows.
Yeah, it was just this morning, I was, you know, just
Do you have
reading
the controller with you?
a table, right, on essentially how nature interacts with us, right? And then the plants part, right, the natural sort of plants which grow, or any plants that which are actually thriving and growing, essentially they also balance out, like Jessie was saying, right? Not just in terms of the breathing cycle, but overall in terms of, in a way, balancing out or removing negative energy. Of course, that term is used broadly, but that's why, you know, the reminder came in this morning, you know, that there's that symbiotic relationship between human beings and then also the natural vegetation.
Yeah. All right, and that's also the reason for me, as you know, of course, when we started with the soul journey, is out looking for places or scouting for places where the energy is intense for serving purposes, and then of course we can then dwell ourselves into it, immerse our body, because it's like not only that we're breathing through our nose and also like in a way exhaling through our mouth if you're doing the breathing exercise, but we are also breathing entirely from our body, our skins and all that. And if you're sensitive enough, you can feel its energy. Okay, probably we're going to move down slightly a little bit. Of course, along the way you will see, of course, different team members will be working, because it's not entirely a relaxation, okay? How to say, holiday for us, okay? To us, it's always balancing. We have lots of things to do. We are also, in a way, every day sitting down there to rush up the party up, okay? And of course, different team members also have their personal, okay, work to actually deliver as well. So along the way, you might see some of them, okay? Probably some of them will say hi to you, and some of them we have to stay quiet because they might be in a meeting. All right? So we just slowly go down, and maybe like, you know, Nicole can actually pan around the flowers. You can still hear us, just like in Spain, all right? So she can actually show you the garden slowly, so that none of you will actually, in a way, like feel dizzy after that, all right? And of course, okay, we will be showing you as well, okay, after this garden, we will be inserting, right, the video of the Mount Kinabalu, because it's really, really majestic. All right, and I really love this flowers.
Even in the garden, the flowers are beautiful.
Yeah.
We can have a zoom into.
Yeah, and we have Suk Yi over there.
Yeah, this is.
And that is one of our workstations.
A prime office space that Suk Yi is using right now.
Yeah, and probably can pan on to Suk Yi, and Suk Yi can say hi. Yes, and I mentioned that we actually tried, okay, to actually take the majestic view of Mount Kinabalu, where in feng shui terms, can you see the peak there where the fire is burning? This is actually a fire mountain, and we are very new into drone itself. That's why you see it's a bit not so smooth with the whole entire video itself. And from here, the team wishing everyone, okay, the best, okay, in your 2023, sending you a lot of like fiery energy and manifestations. And let's get back to the garden.
The garden is so beautiful. And then there's this rose that's in full bloom here. It's like so beautiful, a single rose.
And it's really wonderful here. It's like because we booked the entire place, okay, we have total privacy. There's no neighbors around. All right, so yeah, we can laugh, okay, we can even like, you know, almost every day we do our like laughing meditations. Yeah. These are the rooms and all that. It's very, very nice here.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that when the landscaping and gardening was planned, some, for example, like the big jiawood, the big trees, the older trees, I'm sure were naturally already here. I'm not quite sure for some time, how long and all that. Then of course it's supplemented by the owners and also Jingle's green fingers in planting the other plants.
And this is the yoga deck.
Yeah,
okay,
wonderful.
Where we actually can sit around, okay, and do some yoga here. Okay, of course here we have to be slightly quiet because this is where some of our team members are actually doing her work and doing her meetings. And this is our chef, our honored chef Chang Feng. Okay, and this is our IT guy, the one who spams your email. Okay, CK. Yeah. So this is a place that we actually spend a lot of time, in a way, like discussions, talking, brainstorming. Okay, these are all the rooms. Okay.
Yeah, the rooms on the sides.
Yeah, and the best thing is, okay, I think we did like the healing session. Okay, one of the healing session, we actually did it down the streams here. And this is our barbecue area. Yeah. Okay. And you can see here, you can turn back and say hi. Okay, to some of the beautiful ladies over there. Yeah, okay. And this is a place where I find that, okay, as I mentioned, there are wood element, there are earth element, okay, right, yang earth, okay, which is the mountain, yin earth, okay, which is the fertile soil, okay. And we also have the water element as here as well. And it's very, very peaceful, okay, for us to actually stay here, okay. I mean, it's lovely, okay. There's a golf course behind here. And when you actually stay here and just listen to the streams of the water, yeah, it's really wonderful.
There's a stream, natural stream that runs right by the back of the house, right? And so it adds, of course, the water stream sound. Not quite sure how much that's picked up because we're actually wearing mics here. Yeah. But it's combined together all the natural sounds of the rustles of the leaves, and then of course with the insects, and then natural chirping and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
It's
especially at night and early in the morning as
correct,
well.
right? So this is what people sometimes, especially people who are not in these environments, right? When we go to sleep, right, we actually listen to soundtracks of nature. So this is it in its completely natural form.
Yeah, and then probably some of you is like, oh, then why are you showing us all this? Okay, I mean, to me, it's like I just want to bring the awareness. At times, we need to take a break. All right. I mean, for us, we can continue on to stay in the city. Okay, to continue on to actually, in a way, like work very hard. Okay, there. Okay, intensely. Okay, in our like corporate careers and all that. Probably for some of you. Okay, or even some of the team members. But do remember, at times we need to rejuvenate our soul. All right. We need to take time out. All right, to actually, in a way, come back to the nature where we are part of it. Because a lot of times we believe, like in a way, somehow that humans are so superior, okay, that now we are above everything else. But in actual fact, we are part of the nature. Human beings just like anything in the animal kingdom, all right? And also, of course, in the what flowers, plants, trees,
Flora,
flora, okay, like
Flora
flora
world.
world or flora world itself, okay. This is all part of us, okay. We are part of it, so we are not anything like higher than it, okay. I'm more superior, okay, than thou or whatever. That sort of intensity, okay. We need to merge ourselves back to this. Like, think about our forefathers, our ancestors in the olden days, all right? So we are all part of the nature until this modern world that we are living in, all right? Due to the intensity of the growth of the intelligence of humans' mind, we feel separated, okay? That is when we feel separated. We feel, in a way, that we are above, in a way, everything else. And I will say that at times, okay, our own ego and our own fear put us at a superior position, okay, that we truly believe that we are God. I mean, in a way, it's just my feeling. It's like my understanding and how I observe the world and how I observe, okay, humanity and how humans transform, okay, in this world of technology that we are going into now, all right? So in a way, we try to control everything. We try to be, in a way, take things into our own hand. And of course, you know, when it comes to Chinese metaphysics, that is also the cause of disruptions of the balance, okay, of the yin and yang. So, I mean, here we want to advocate, okay, everyone, at least take some time out, go back to nature while it is still there. Be part of it because we are part of that nature as well, okay? And when you can really feel it, you can really feel the magic because this is the moment where you really relax yourself, you let go of unnecessary things, all right? That is when we have days and days of like discussions and talking and sharing here. We have laughters, lots and lots of laughters. We have tears, okay? Quite a lot of tears as well, all right? And I guess moments like this is where healing happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, moments like this is where rejuvenation happens.
Absolutely. And then also besides all of that, essentially you can say it's like really working on the more yin aspects, right? Healing, the bonding, of course, with people and the way that we relate to each other as human beings and individuals. So this is sort of like the areas where you can really emphasize that. Then, of course, there's the whole fact that being in these areas, you know, closer to the mountains generally, it's also where the energy is more conducive, again, for the internal, right? Not just the internal body and spirit, but then also for the internal mind. So this is where we can also derive just by being in these environments which are more relaxing, right? Be inspired.
Yeah.
And be more creative overall. So if any of you are wanting that, or maybe you feel a little bit stale, especially when you feel like your life is too routine, or maybe you're in work that requires you to be creative, to use your inspiration, insight, and ideas and convert them to something usable, some sort of design or plan. So the area like this is so wonderful, right? To inspire, to trigger ideas, insight, and also aha moments.
Yeah,
generally.
absolutely. I think the keyword is make that change, right? Shift yourself out from your current environment. If it's really draining you, if it's really taxing on you, remember to actually shift yourself. I know a lot of people when things to like traveling and holiday and all that, a lot of people likes high-end cities, all those like in a way what we call
Towns or cities,
yeah, cities,
urban
which
centers.
is like urban centers and all that, like
Right.
to go to like urban centers of Japan, okay, Singapore, Hong Kong. I mean, of course, we go to these places, but at the same time, we need to go back to places where it is as natural as it can be. That's how we actually rejuvenate. I'm really, really grateful, okay, that the team has in a way come up with the idea and inspired this particular small little retreat, okay, for also for the whole team and also for me, because I will be in a way celebrating my Sola's return, okay, in this place itself.
Yay.
Yeah, and I felt that it is a very, very meaningful thing to do. And yeah, and for those of you who sign up for the party art, okay, we are doing it, and I've decided, me and Kong Yu decided that we shouldn't rush it because there are a overwhelming response, okay? There are 100 over party art for us to generate. We have actually generated, in a way, all of them actually, in fact, okay? And we want to give a message. We channel a lot of message here, okay, to pass it to you, okay? But the thing is, we decided that I do not want to rush it for the sake of rushing it out, okay? We will take time because the whole entire March will be traveling to different places to feel the energy, and then we will continue to generate all these messages, okay, for all of you, and we will in a way send it to you batch by batch. All right, so yeah, the first batch you will be expecting, okay, to receive, okay, this party art and also the blessings. The blessings means that here we generate the messages and we set in the intention, okay, for our highest good or for your highest good, okay, in a way that when you read it and when you receive your art itself, okay, you will remember, okay, you will feel and you can connect with it as well. All right.
Right, so those of you who are basically in the first batch, so to speak, you can look forward to receiving them quite soon.
Yeah.
Those of you who aren't, so
Yeah.
we ask you for your patience.
Yeah, because some of the arts, we have generated all 100 overs of them, okay, but I think, okay, both Kong Yin and I agree that some of the art piece itself can be better. So we want to, in a way, like ground ourselves here and download more informations and inspirations, and we will tweak it a bit so that when we send it to you, in a way that we send it to you something that we believe is the best effort that we have put in as well. All right, so I think pretty much that's all, okay, that we want to share, and you see that it's getting like cloudier now.
Again.
Yeah, okay, so it might rain again anytime soon. All right, but it is good because it's here, it's like in the middle of night, it's thunderstormy,
Yeah.
daytime, you can get a glimpse of the sun, okay, and in a quick moment, it is gone. I guess that this is also a reminder to all of us, okay, seize that moment, it doesn't last, nothing lasts, all right? So here, you will see that there's active, I would say, combinations of the Wu and Kui combinations here, okay? Yeah.
All the time.
All the time. You see the cloud comes and the cloud goes, okay? It covers the sun and the sun comes back out again.
Yeah.
But everything is momentarily, all right? And I think that this is also something that we have to wake up. Nothing lasts forever.
Correct.
Everything changes, all right? We have to seize the moment. We have to make the best out of every moment, all right? And be the best that we can, okay? So that we don't miss it with regret. So this morning itself, we thought that, oh, the sun is out. Let's do this video so that we can actually, in a way, stream it live to you. So if you have any comments, any questions, remember, type it onto the chat. We are there, okay, in this live, okay, to reply you, to talk to you, okay, and to answer your questions. Thank you so much, and probably Nicole can end it by panning, okay, onto the streams, okay. Hopefully you can hear, okay, to the sound of the streams as well. I'll try to put it nearer, okay, so hopefully you can hear it as well.